Hey, it's Corey. If you're new here, I'm a design business founder based in Tokyo, and I help other designers build their business. So today, rather than telling you how you should build your business, I'm actually going to show you what I'm focusing on to build my business in 2026. So let's get into it. Okay, first up is business development. So this year, I'm actually spending the majority of my time on business development. Rather than thinking month to month or project to project, I'm starting to think about bigger bets for my business. What this means is, in this phase of my business, I'm actually thinking more about year to year. So this has me focus on things like partnerships and collaborations and deals that are going to accelerate my business and help me grow in new ways that are eventually going to compound over time. So what this looks like is working with partners that can help me build new streams of revenue, or finding new ways to leverage my existing skills and expertise that I can grow my business in the long term. So business development usually requires an upfront investment, and that investment usually comes in the form of time, effort, or capital that's invested upfront to get to a delayed result. The advantage of this is that for this result, it's often a higher ROI compared to project-based work. When you're thinking about project to project, you're thinking about how much revenue I can get and getting one client at a time and building your business on that. When you're thinking about business development, you're thinking about chunks. What's the potential that I can get from this investment and this partnership and this deal over, say, the next 6 to 12 months of my business, or even longer than that. You're thinking about the potential long-term payoff of that, which is usually a much higher ROI than trying to go project to project. So yeah, this also happens to be a key part of what I teach designers in my coaching program. So in the later stages of helping designers scale their business, we often focus on business development as the key accelerator rather than just pure project work. So I know this is an area that a lot of designers are actually very interested in, and I'm hoping to put together some more content that goes more in depth in this area sometime soon. So look out for that. Okay, moving on, now we have content. So this year I'm doubling down on content. The reason why is because until now, I've had so many great opportunities that came either directly or indirectly from content that I've created. So I'm constantly running into people that tell me, I read your article, or watched your video, or I saw your Instagram post, or saw you speak at an event. This is all people coming to me, being attracted to me and leading to opportunities based on some type of content that I put out there. So what this is telling me is that I need to continue to do that and hopefully accelerate that to bring in more opportunities over time for my business. So one of the main advantages of creating content is that content shows people how I think. It shows people my vision and my strategy. And when that resonates with people, what that does is it attracts them to me. And by attracting people who resonate with my content, that means that I have people coming to me who are aligned with my particular approach and value that as my unique expertise. But I'm not just trying to do more content. What I'm actually trying to do is work on the quality of my content to go deeper in different spaces. So there are a lot of spaces I'm interested in exploring and talking about and sharing with others that I don't see other people talking about, specifically designers talking about. So I believe I can bring a lot of value there and also strengthen my position and show my unique approach and expertise in that way. Okay, and moving on, we have personal branding. So I never thought of myself as someone to actually build a personal brand, but like as I started creating more content, I started to realize that people were coming to me, being attracted to me, not just for the content I created, but they were coming to me for who I was uniquely and what my story was. So this is what helped me realize that my story is actually a key part of my unique position. So over the years, when people ask me about my story, my personal journey, and I tell that story, it usually gets people pretty excited. So I think I can use that inspiration to get people motivated to do things that are more ambitious, like for example, building a business or partnering with me on a new idea or something else. I can use that to give them motivation and give them aspirations as a key part of my strategy. So this year, my goal is to be more intentional about how I weave my own personal story and my background into the content I create, but also how I document the journey of how I'm building my business and going about things moving forward. Moving on, we have community. So as a solo founder and someone running and building a business alone can be lonely. Maybe not just lonely, but it can be isolating. So it's easy to feel lonely and kind of stuck in your own head and not have anyone to consult or just kind of help you think things through. And yeah, like building a business is like mentally challenging work. So I think it's important to surround yourself with just people who you can consult with when you need it. And personally this year, what I've been doing is actually proactively setting up one-on-ones to build my own personal support network. So these are former colleagues or other friends that I have working in similar spaces. And in general, these are people who inspire me, they motivate me, and just keep pushing me forward to do things and stay accountable, and also just give me like a gut check on what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. And that combines to becoming my own kind of personal support network. And yeah, having this like community and the support network is like really essential in just keeping you accountable and motivated over the long term, especially for being a business owner. Building a business it's not a sprint, and you go through waves of motivation and emotion day by day, week by week, month by month, and you need to kind of balance that and keep that going and keep your momentum going over the long term and try not to burn out. So having people there to cheer you on or just talk you through it is really, really helpful. Along with my own personal network, I've actually been thinking about how I can create a similar community for clients of the Designer MBA, which is my coaching program. And this is something I've been still working the details on, but I'm thinking about how I can build a strong community around that as a key part of my strategy this year. So look forward to sharing more details about that in the future as well. And that brings us to the last pillar, which is culture. So this might sound abstract, but recently I've been thinking about how can I influence the design industry and design culture at scale? I think it's a really kind of ambitious and really maybe abstract concept to kind of wrap your head around. It's something I've been thinking about in the last 4, 5, or 6 years in my career, and I've been slowly trying to shape design culture and the design industry towards what I think is the ideal. So what I'm trying to do is create an outcome, create a change to the way designers work in business and the way design is perceived today in a way that I think is ideal, in the way that I think would be a better result for everyone, every designer and every business who engages with design today. Essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a better environment for designers and design in general to thrive. So if you don't know already, my mission is actually to raise the GDP of design. That's the mission for my business. Raising the GDP of design is basically helping more designers create more value in business with design. So this is something I believe that's really, really important for the industry. And the more design demonstrates value in business, that puts designers in a powerful position and places more importance on design, which is better for everyone who's working in the design industry. This is why I've been focused on teaching designers not design skills, but actually business strategy. Essentially, more designers that are contributing to the successful business or possibly building their own business demonstrates the value of design, which ultimately comes back to driving more demand for design and designers, which I think is a good thing for everyone overall. I actually wrote a post about this on my website, which I'm going to link below. So if this interests you, go ahead and check that out. And that's it. So those are the key pillars that I'm focusing on for my business in 2026 as a design founder. If you're a designer focused on building your business this year, feel free to subscribe here or follow me on Instagram for more content like this. And if you're interested in my coaching program to help you scale your business, feel free to send me a ping on Instagram. Thanks, and see you in the next one.